So it started in boot camp. I got sand in my eye during the crucible, and then it had to sit in there overnight, and then it got a corneal abrasion, and then about a month later, in the middle of MCT, it got a fungal infection, so it perforated. So then the cornea went flat, so there was a hole in it. After about 3 days in Lejeune, they flew me to Virginia and they glued up the hole. And then after about a month and a half of that, there was a big old scar covering the pupil, so I couldn't see out of it. And then last September, they did surgery, so they did a corneal transplant. So now there's 14 stitches in my eye. I learned to work around the vision, but it caused me a lot of social anxiety because it looked really disgusting for a while. I kind of isolated myself, so all of the people and public skills that I've learned throughout my life, I kind of just blew out the window. So I'm still kind of dealing with that one a lot, but a lot of people here have that as well, I feel like, and it kind of made me interact with people, so it's kind of helped with that a lot. So about a month into boot camp, I was still in first phase, and I got a letter from my grandma, who I lived with, and she told me basically that the whole town was on fire, everyone had to evacuate, and she didn't have a lot to give me, just that basically the whole town was on fire. So that was really rough, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know where to send my letters to. I didn't know if anyone I knew was dead or okay or what was going to happen. So I was struggling with that. I almost wanted to give up during boot camp because we ended up going to range, and I was like, why am I here? None of this is real. I should be at home with my family, and instead I'm here in this little make-believe simulation, you know? So that was kind of rough for me, but in the end I realized that it wasn't going to do anybody any good if I went home. I went back on boot leave, and we were all living in Chico now, and then I went up to visit it, and it pretty much feels like a ghost town now. There's select houses and buildings that are still there, but it was just rainy and dark. Everything was just black and gray. Everything was just kind of gone. I mean, half the town moved away, half isn't coming back, so it's never going to be the same, you know? But, like I said, I'm super blessed that nobody I know passed away. So I ended up getting a big M16 on my arm, which kind of looked goofy to me. And then I also wanted to get something to commemorate my town, you know, it burning down. So I was thinking about it for a while, and then I don't remember when it popped into my head, but I was just kind of looking at the tattoo itself for a while. And then I ended up getting the flames in the trees because Paradise is up in the mountains and we have a lot of those trees. So I just thought that would look good together. I mean, it reminds me of what happened and how every time I look down at it, it just makes me think of my family, honestly, that I'm super happy that nobody I know passed away in that fire. I think I was very blessed through it all.